Raider Nation, what's up? It is MC Raider. Today you are tuning in to another episode of the MC Raider Show. And today we have a good show today, guys. For me, he is one of the guys I've been looking up to for a long ass time. Even though I'm older than him, I always looked up to him through his all YouTube. My boy's been grinding since June 4, 2008. We got Dylan from the Black and Silver Way. What up, brother?
Hey, how's it going, man? Good to be here. Yeah, man, we go way back actually. I mean, you've been following me since the beginning, and I remember meeting you in Oakland. I don't know what game it was, but I know I met you for sure, and I think I met your wife too.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you were with your fam, I think.
Yeah, so actually, my wife and my kids are all big now, man. They're like have two and seniors, but they were all young, bro. And we've been following you for a
Mhm.
long time. We had, the honor to go to Oakland. We met you, a couple of times. We came in touch
Yeah,
through social media. Yeah, but yeah, you met the wife and everything, man. So, hey, it's an honor for me to have you here. Also, I want to give you a Samoan Raider wanted me to say hi and what's up to you. If the YouTuber Samoan Raider.
yeah. I actually saw your guys' whole. I listened to the whole podcast yesterday when I got the link you sent me a couple of days ago. I was listening to the whole. I listened to the whole thing, so it's pretty cool how because I remember meeting Simone Raider a long time ago. I met him before you, like 2014, like 2013. I went to the Bolsa like LA like takeover right there where like the ocean was. I don't really know
Yeah,
what Bolsa Chica or whatever.
yeah,
And we had like a Raider takeover, and that's when I met I think TJ for the first time. And at that time, he was just getting into YouTubing. Like he just was blogging like with his phone and stuff, and like he wasn't into like the video editing thing yet, or like putting all those skills like he said he was like he did till later on. So when I met him, he already knew me because I started the channel. I think mine. I was on YouTube at 2008. I started the account, but I never started blogging till like maybe towards like the beginning of the 2013 season, like right before then. So he was already watching some of my stuff. I think you started catching on right after that. But yeah, really cool to it's been 10 years, so it
yeah,
went really fast. Just really cool that you guys, used to watch my stuff and supported me for all that time, man. I really appreciate that.
yeah. So 2013 was actually when I actually first met you. I took my son October 27, 2013, out to Oakland, and yeah, man. So I it all
That's
these
crazy.
you probably I don't know if you heard it before, but man, there's so many people I met along the way, and so many people look up to you, man. I know a lot of YouTubers, man, a lot of podcasters. I know when all this shit started, there was not that many, and like I was telling someone Raider, it was either you and someone Raider, and I think maybe Raider Central was one of the dudes I would get
Yeah,
on.
Mikey Raider. It was Mikey Raider when I started, and then it was the guys called the Raider Way. Those are the people I looked up to before I actually started my channel. It was mainly the Raider Way. It was two guys. It was like an Indian guy and a white guy. And then I remember in 2011 to 2012, they were blogging pretty aggressively on YouTube. I was watching all their videos. They were pretty funny. And like, I was like, oh, dude, I want to do this. I want to do my own thing. And I remember I started it and I don't know what happened, but I think like my channel started like getting some traction. And for some reason, those guys just really like hated on me. I don't know. They like took shots at me and like they ended up being really immature like dudes. And I didn't want any kind of problems with anybody. Like we're like the same franchise. I don't understand why they were
Yeah,
just young, bro. They were just young, just fucking around. And like I remember a lot of people were like, nah. I was like, nah, I just didn't like them after that. But then they stopped doing their channel like not even like a year later. So, but yeah, that's how I
yeah.
started on YouTube. Yeah.
Yeah, it happens, man. Along the way, I've seen since I've been grinding for a year right now, and it's been taking off slowly but surely. But yeah, there's a lot of hate in there, man. I see a lot of people in there. But anyways, um, your shit. Tell you the truth, um, your reactions after the Raiders lost were it, man. Like for for all of us, we used to play that shit all the time. Especially I got two, and I'm gonna show it for all the viewers on YouTube. If you're listening on Spotify, you probably just hear the audio. But this video right here,
into Oakland and fucking us up. Where is the defense? Where did it go? It's just fucking gone. our whole team is gone. Again. It's so inconsistent. I'm fucking tired of it. Oh, God, guys.
Oh man, yeah, that was the first time I like really like I don't know, like I think at the point it was a boiling point for me. I was like the whole season, right? Like it was like okay, so I did 2013 shit show, 2014 turning into a shit show, and I was just like I had a boiling point where I was like, yo, I'm gonna go outside and lose my shit right now. And I remember recording it. That was super raw. That was super real, and I was super frustrated, bro. And I remember I uploaded it, and I had like Eagles like fans reposting it. I had like, and then back then, like social media was a little bit slower. So to gain like 20,000, 24,000 views, like really quickly, like for something like that was actually pretty, I was pretty tripped out that it actually got that much traction. But yeah, man, just super embarrassed, dude. I remember I think they, what's his name? Nick Foles threw up like 4 touchdowns.
Oh yeah,
It was like his first start.
Nick Foles, yeah.
It was his first start or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was the backup quarterback. Yeah.
Not Matt McGloin. I think you threw Matt McGloin in somewhere in there too, one of the videos. But yeah, it was Nick Foles. It was like 7 touchdowns or something like that.
And I remember the video too. Darren McFadden was like injured again. Like that was like it was like his 7th injury. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I remember throwing him in there and just losing it, dude, because he was like our only player that had upside at that moment.
Oh yeah, man. So look, it was that one, and then there's another video I'm going to show the audience here where we lost to the Redskins and you throw your hat to the wall. You're drinking.
Oh yeah.
So the Raiders just lost to the motherfucking Redskins. We just lost to the motherfucking Redskins. What the? All right. Oh my God. You know. We just lost in our home to the motherfucking Redskins? Oh.
Drinking like some Rolling Rock beer.
Yeah, rolling. Yeah, and you were so frustrated that you actually started laughing. Like you didn't even say during the video. That shit gets me all the time.
that yeah, I remember that one. That one was I think it was like 2014, I want to say, and I believe the person we had was Matt Flynn at the time. We had Matt Flynn for that game.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous, man.
Yeah, so I remember during that time, my wife used to tell me, "Hey, you should do a YouTube channel," and you know, because we were following you, but you know, you actually are one of the fewest people that really know. Like a lot of people know me as MC Raider right now, but they don't really know. Like you know about my worship and praise and all the church stuff I was doing. So I was like, I was very hesitant to jump onto this, but I've done it, man, and I just thank you for inspiring people like me, man, because it's been great.
Yeah, man. I really think that's freaking awesome. Like I tell my wife, or like I tell some of my friends or anybody that asks me about the channel and stuff, and I think I'm like, well, I think the coolest thing after looking back on 10 years is some of the biggest people in the Raider Nation that do videos like this. Most of them actually do give me credit, and they like shout me out and like say like, hey dude, like this guy inspired me, and I'm like, dude, that's hella cool. Like that kind of just trips me out to like know that, you know, some of the videos I created just by like natural reaction can actually, you know, do like positive to someone else, you know. Pretty cool.
Yeah, and it did, man. So like I was telling someone Raider, it was always you or him. You know, there was times that I remember I couldn't even afford cable sometimes, and we couldn't even watch ESPN and stuff like that. And we're talking 2013, 2014, 2015 during that time. And I'll go to YouTube, man, and I'll check out like any updates or anything. So that was really awesome, man. So it's an honor for me to have you on the show. But besides all that, you know, you were one of the pioneers for me, and you were at Oakland a lot. I'm not sure if you were a season ticket holder, but you were in Oakland a lot. And I know the whole transition to Las Vegas. I know you were one of the dudes that were kind of upset and talking stuff about the transition. Talk about the whole Oakland experience, the tailgate experience, the vibe in Oakland. And not sure if you've been to Las Vegas yet for a game. I know there was a time when you were like, man, fuck this, I'm not going to support this team. But all frustration. But talk about that. Give us your take on that.
Well, there's a really for some of the newer fans or some of the fans that were never able to make it to Oakland, people that were there, and have been doing it for so long. They came back in '96, right? And then they had the whole Super Bowl run there, and they just had such high hopes for the team to succeed, and it never happened. I started being a season ticket holder in 2012. That's when I graduated. Like I graduated high school 2011. And then 2012, that's when I decided I wanted to go ahead and, dive into the Raiders and be a season ticket holder. I got a car, I got my license and everything. So I started I was only an hour from Oakland. So I would start going to Oakland, I did season tickets from 2012 all the way to like 2018. The last season they were there in 2019. I didn't renew because I was living down south at the time. But I would always I went to like, I think 2 or 3 of the games. But yeah, man, I mean, Oakland was just different. Really like a rich tradition. Tailgates were insane. People been doing it for a long time. You got those diehard fans that were there back in the 60s with the Raiders, right? So
Right.
There's a lot of like OGs and a lot of like tradition of families going out there and having really cool parties and tailgates. So I was meeting a lot of really cool people out there. And yeah, I would go to the games all the time. That's when I started doing blogging out at the games. I met Al Thompson from Raider Mecca. I did the event for Raider Mecca back then. There was like an organization that would do like, people would travel. They would do like a tour of like the Raider facility. They would show us different significant areas like Ricky's Sports Bar and Grill and stuff like that.
Right.
But yeah, man, like I think like once it got announced and it was confirmed, I just knew that I think the biggest problem for me is you can't replicate what we have in Oakland and take it to a new market. Like that's just, it doesn't matter if it's Vegas, it could be London, it could be even in San Diego. Like you really just can't replicate it because that's where it's at, right? You're taking it right out of there. So for me, I was just like, man, we're going to lose that home field advantage. We're going to lose that mystique of like, kind of like shitty, like low team that like kind of I was really proud of because like I said, it was my home. I grew up around here. So either way, what the facility we got in Vegas is absolutely stunning. And I know that right now, like I have a few friends that are season ticket holders, and they do agree that it's nothing like how it was in Oakland, especially right now, like how you and Simone Raider were talking about. The city needs to win. Like it's a new market, it's a new NFL team. It's not like they had an NFL team there already. So you're gonna have to get those fans to buy in, like they did with the Las Vegas Knights. The Knights just came in and just started taking names, right? So that's why they have a huge franchise and a fan base already. So the Raiders need to do that there. Have I been to a Vegas game? I have not been to a Vegas game yet. I've had a few friends like begging me to go, but I don't know, man. I'm down to go for sure. It's just I've been really busy. Like I had kids in 2020. I had a daughter, and then I just had a daughter like a month ago. So I've been on like my corporate work grind and my family life, man, and like taking a trip out to Vegas to see a game is super easy for me. But I don't know, dude. I just been like, I feel like when the time's right for me. It might be this year. I think it's going to be more spur of the moment for me. But I do fully agree that making that move is the right thing because look what's happening to the Athletics right now. They're about to dip to Vegas. Warriors dipped out of, they're about to dip to Vegas. They left Oakland. You got Warriors that left Oakland. Oakland just was going to lose everybody. So the Raiders did foresee the future and made the move. And at the time, I was kind of bittersweet about it. But right now, it's cool, man. It's whatever.
Yeah, no, and congrats on that. I was going to touch on that subject. I know that you became a dad. Congratulations, man, and kind of took the role. We only know each other through social media, basically, and everyone knows. But I was able to see how you were grinding a lot of YouTube, putting in a lot of work for this Raiders stuff, and then it came to that moment where you had to be a pops and a husband, and then be mature, man. So I salute to that, man, because it's a grind, man. Believe me, now I'm new to this shit. I'm older, but I can see it in my relationship. Like, oh shit, I got to balance this out because it does take a lot of time, man. But yeah, so I've been to Vegas. Obviously, I've been to both. shit, I was lucky enough to be to go to the Coliseum in LA 1987. I was 5 years old, so I was able to be there. And yeah, you can't compare nothing to Oakland. And it's kind of, it's sad to me to see that our games in Vegas, it is what it is. It's always more of the opposite fans than the Raider fans out there. And
Yes.
the tailgates are shit, man.
And,
Like,
and for me, like, don't mean to cut you off, but like those 2 points right there are super big to me. Like, we're getting overtaken in our own stadium. That seems very less appealing for me to go, as sad as that is. And then second of all, it's like, I heard the tailgates were not that good. And I know you and TJ talked about that, and he said that it was popping last year for the Charger game and stuff. I bet you at sometimes like those pivotal games probably do, but dude, you go to a preseason game, it probably blow your fucking mind off. You know what I mean? So it's just
yeah.
it's kind of trippy. But yeah.
And he mentioned the one for that Chargers game, and I can see why, because it was a very important game. But
Right.
I was just there for the Niner game, and fuck, these dudes were all over there. But the thing with Vegas, they were opening the stadium at 9:30 in the morning, bro. So you'll go in there and like 80% of people just go into the stadium because you're able to see the players practice and stretching out and all that shit.
They open it up that early?
Yeah, so to this year now, this just happened this year. So that first preseason game against the Niners, the email went out to all the like ticket holders and people that were going. Now they open the stadium at 11:30 a.m. So they started this, but for the whole time they've been there in Vegas, 9:30 in the morning, bro. So you go figure. Some people are like, fuck this heat in Vegas, and they're just in the stadium walking in the AC, and you're in the stadium walking around like it's like you're in the strip, bro. Like there's music playing, live bands playing inside the stadium that early. So, just giving you a heads up. But right now, when you go back, you'll be able to see that. But yeah, I want to just touch that subject to you. I know I really wanted to go there, but there's Derek Carr. He's gone. He's with the Saints now. But it's for me, it's important to hear your take on that. Since you were one of the guys that backed up this dude for a long time, and then there was a point where you're like, man, fuck him, and what's your take on that? How'd you feel when they traded him, and just how he left the Raiders?
So Derek Carr as a person, Derek Carr as like everything besides football, I respect the guy. I like the guy. He's a class act. He's awesome. Okay. Football, he had some really good times. He had some really, really dark and bad times. I have to give him credit. He was there for the dark and bad times. And obviously, being a leader of the team where your coach is getting sabotaged from the NFL, your wide receiver goes and kills somebody in a drunk driving accident. There is so many things that he went through with the Raiders organization, and I know it was not easy. So that's why I put the respect on his name, right? And that falls into who he is. But as an actual football player producing on the field, I was tired, man. I don't know if those things were trickling into his play, because after 2016, when he got hurt, it was a slow decline of production that I was used to seeing for those first 2 seasons with him. It was very different. So he had a lot of background noise going on. He had a family going on. He was just always having kids too. Who knows? That could put a little bit of toll on somebody. You know what I mean? A little distraction. So I get a lot of different things were happening with him, but overall, the move was correct. We had to move on. We have to get somebody in here because it was like a burden at this point. I feel like he was just literally like, hey, I love the organization. I want to stay here. But at the end of the day, it's like if you just take him out of the Raiders and let him do his thing, he could go win a Super Bowl maybe, or he could go do some great things. Who knows? But the Oakland and the Las Vegas Raider relationship just kind of went south. And there's so many different factors why that happened. But yeah, man, it was a good move, in my opinion. Do I miss the guy? And like when it happened, it felt super weird. Like when he left and it was official, I actually felt kind of bummed out about it. Then in my mind, I'm like, I feel like I'm only bummed out because this guy's been with us for the last 10 years. It's just more comfort. It's more like reassurance, right? Like that's my guy.
Yeah.
So that feeling when it went away, it was kind of weird.
Yeah, and And I felt like the Raider Nation got divided right away for like a cool couple 2-3 months when all this shit happened, especially the way, he goes to Pittsburgh and then they lose that game in the snow, and then that was the last game he played for the Raiders, and a lot of people were hurt, but hey man, we moved on.
The way it ended was shitty. That
Yeah.
was shitty. They should have let him finish out the season, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. And last thing, and how you said it got divided. I have a friend of mine. I'm gonna leave out of the thing his name, but he literally cannot stand the Raiders because they got rid of Derek Carr. It's kind of weird, but he's literally posting like Saint stuff and like it's like, oh, I hate the Raiders, I hate my team, and I'm just like, damn, dude, like it's kind of crazy. Like it's just a business, man.
There's a lot of people, man, a lot, especially. I don't know if you've seen my TikTok videos. That's where I really took off on TikTok and now Instagram. I was making like some funny ass videos like Derek Carr
about Derek Carr, yeah,
him leaving and stuff. And I mean, I got so many Raider fans talking shit, but it was like, dude, whatever. But yeah. So look, hey, so we that whole situation you mentioned with Derek Carr's last year, the year before that. We get Rich Bisaccia. We made it to the playoffs. We won like 5-6 games to make it. And everyone, we thought, at least I did, we were going to be a playoff team for the following year. We get Josh McDaniels and all that stuff. What's your take on that when that happened? And were you upset? A lot of people are upset with Josh McDaniels, but I just want to hear your take on that.
Well, if any of the people that are listening to this or things like that. Like if you check out my channel from last season, you could definitely get my reaction that I was not happy about last season. I think the Raiders, once they got Devontae Adams, the Derek Carr duo, and just like, Carlson, our special teams was off the hook. We had like, Chandler Jones come in and Max Crosby's peaking at this point. I mean, we had a really good squad, especially on paper. And with Josh McDaniels and Dave Ziegler coming in, winning multiple championships, this could be really good. And it was absolutely everything but good. It was terrible. Literally, it got to the point where I was nearly convinced that Josh McDaniels was sabotaging Raiders. And it was really bad because Derek Carr had potentially the worst year he ever had. He did have the worst year he ever had with the Raiders. And it just didn't make sense. It just did not make sense. So there's so many confusion, so much questions I have about last season, but it's water under the bridge. My reaction, I was pissed off. I was freaking out about it. But at the end of the day, we are Raider fans. We have been through hell and back. So I just kind of got over it and laughed it off eventually. I think we were like, I don't even know. We had like 2 wins on gate, something, or 9, and I was like, it's over. This is another season. Yeah.
Yeah. So moving forward with that, we finally got our star quarterback, Jimmy Garoppolo. And like that shit happened too with the Raider Nation talking shit or not. What's your take on him, man? You think? I mean, I'll give you my take real quick, and I've been saying in another episode. I think he wants to prove to the whole NFL that he is a top quarterback. He always had second chances, and eventually fucking gets hurt. But what do you think? What do you expect from Jimmy G this year?
Jimmy G, when he signed, I was pretty bummed out about it, just because the fact that like I live here in the Bay Area. I know a lot of 49er fans. Jimmy G's always like kind of shit the bed for them. They've won a lot, and then in the crucial moments, it's kind of just not happened, right? So for me, that's like all I thought of when I first signed him. But once I saw his press conference, once I saw like the work ethic and the determination of him and like the way he just carries himself overall, I had 49er fans that I'm close to that like have nothing but respect for Jimmy and like love Jimmy G. And they're like, oh, we're rooting for you guys for this year. Like, I really want him to succeed. I don't care if he's on the Raiders. It kind of made me like a little bit more like, okay, like it's a new face, like we needed it. So I'm definitely more chill about it than when it first happened. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah,
just gotta be optimistic about it.
Yeah, and all these things. I mean, I know that they're old questions that I had. I wanted to just take your take on it regarding Jimmy G, and obviously Darren Waller's gone, and then we have all this drama with Josh Jacobs. That's kind of fairly new now. Josh Jacobs finally agreed to this 1 year, $12 million, and he'll be here for the beginning of the season. What's your take on him, and what's your take your prediction on this season on the wins and losses?
Yeah, I think Josh Jacobs is an amazing back, and I know that he really wanted to get paid out, but I mean, at the end of the day, it's like, how much do you really want, man? I mean, Saquon Barkley signs for, I think it was like 11 or 12 million. He was trying to hold out too, so he was just really like holding out even longer. I think he even waited like almost a month more. Now he's about to lock in for the regular season, which is great, but who knows, man? I talked about it on my last video. I just really hope that it doesn't turn into like a Khalil Mack situation where we have this really good star player that produces really heavily for us. He walks away over a mil, maybe a mil or two, and he goes and signs with like the Bears, or he goes and signs with like someone super random like the Jaguars or something, and they just don't do anything, right? So I really hope he could stay a Raider like Josh Jacobs. As opposed to the season, I'm actually gonna get very particular this one. Let me tell you live what I think.
Yeah, go for it, man. I want to hear this.
I'm gonna pull up exactly what I truly think of this schedule. All right, let's kick it off. Do you know your number right off the bat right now for you? You already dialed this in? I haven't even done this yet.
Yeah, I'm saying
what's your prediction?
9 wins or 10.
9 or 10 wins. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Raiders versus Broncos, first game. We're going to win that game. Sean Payton doesn't get it together with Russell Wilson right off the bat. Bills, we lose the game. Steelers, we win the game. Chargers, I think this one is at Chargers. I think we win this game. So that's going to be 1, 2, 2.
That's 3 wins.
That's 3 wins. Packers versus Raiders, Jordan Love just can't get it done. So we're going to win that game. Patriots versus Raiders, I think we get absolutely obliterated on that one from Bill Belichick. So that's a loss. Bears seems like a trap game to me. That's going to be a loss. Lions, that's going to be a loss. Giants, I say we win that one. Jets, we lose. Dolphins, we win. Chiefs, we lose. Vikings, we win. Chargers, we lose that game. Chiefs, we lose that game. Colts, we win. And I think we sweep the Broncos again. So what is that? That's like 9 or 8 wins.
That's
9 wins. Yeah. So yeah, we're pretty close. I mean, you might have different teams swapped, but
yeah, no, I have a video on there, and it sounds almost the same.
Yeah. I'm just trying to be really realistic because we know our fucking team, man. Like when they go to the East Coast with the Giants and the Jets, like could potentially lose both those games.
Yeah.
So
the only thing is the difference that I'm seeing is now that we don't have Derek Carr with that cold shit anymore. That we don't win in the cold, and then
right,
and I also have a feeling that we're gonna be winning games that we're supposed to lose. Like for example, that Buffalo game, or the Chiefs. But
maybe we get one.
You tell 99% of the Raiders right now to give you the prediction in the first 3 games. They're gonna say Broncos win, Buffalo lose, and Steelers win. That everyone says that shit, and it's Vegas, man, and the Super Bowl's gonna be in Vegas, and some shit goes down all the time. So I think it's that type of year, man. We're gonna be winning shit that we're not supposed to win.
Mm-hmm. And it could totally happen, man. I think we hit wild card this year for sure.
Yeah, I think I think we beat the Chiefs this year, bro.
Both times or one?
No, one time.
One time. Okay. It could happen. Like I said, like that was just like the way I'm looking at it. I could maybe bet on that, but it can happen though. The Chiefs
last year we won 6 games. We lost 2 completely games that were shit. That 52-0 against the Saints or whatever it was,
right?
And then the last game with the Chiefs. But all the other games we lost in the fourth quarter or in the last minute of the game. It was like there was no chemistry with the team, and this fucker still had us in there somehow. So I have a feeling, 9-10 games, man. We're right there.
Yeah. And you have a really valid point there. The games we lost, probably 4 of them were like by 2 points or so, and it was like we had it. Like it was we were driving down the field.
Yeah. I mean, fucking Jared Stidham almost beat the Niners.
Mm-hmm. He was actually a baller that day. I was impressed by his performance that day.
Balling out, man. Mm-hmm. Hey, so besides the Raiders, bro, there's some YouTubers I know here that they're on to John Madden, man. I don't know about your Is it PlayStation or what is it that you do, man? Because I know that you're a gamer.
Yeah, I have like pretty much I have a PlayStation 5 and an Xbox as well, and then I have my PC set up here too. So it's whatever, man. My Madden though, what I actually purchased it for this year, I have it on the Series X, the Xbox. So that's what I
shit.
have Madden 24 on right now.
How's
I've been playing.
Do you like it?
Yeah, it's cool. You know, it's another year Madden. It's very tweaked, very slightly. It's not a huge difference, but
Yeah.
the updated roster is cool.
Right. So you said you haven't gone to any games, but if you do go to a game, man, you saw the schedule there. What game you think you want to go?
I told my buddy Al that because he had season tickets.
Is this Al Thompson you talking about?
Yeah, this is Al Thompson.
Dude, he's still. I remember him from back in the days with you too. He lives in New York or something, right?
Yeah, so he lives in New York, but he actually bought a house in Henderson about 3 years ago. So he goes back and forth. He goes back and forth between New York and Henderson. When he's not in Henderson, he does like an Airbnb because the pad is like it's like a 4-bedroom nice house. So he does Airbnb. He's always done Airbnb in New York City at his other pad too. So he's like a trusted person. It just made sense for him to also do that when it's not there at the house. But pretty much I told him because I got a lot of stuff going on in October. I can't do October, but looking like maybe November. Maybe I might hit that Chiefs game November 26th, or I might hit the Chargers on December 14th. Somewhere in there. It might be one of them. I think I'm gonna go to a division game. I'm not setting
SoFi or Vegas?
Oh no, I'd go to Vegas. Yeah.
Oh, the Vegas. Yeah.
Yeah. I would go to the the Chargers with the Raiders, December 15th or no 26th. So yeah. I'll see what's up. I'll let you know if I go to any. Are you gonna be going to games this year?
Yeah, I'm probably gonna be in all of them, bro.
Oh really? Are you season ticket holder?
Yeah, no, but my buddies are, and then I've been getting like this thing kind of took off, man, on my Instagram and TikTok, and I've been getting invited from everyone. And then shout out to the Ooze Nation too. They're giving me, some tickets to go into the games. And
nice.
We're gonna be out there, vlogging and talking to the fans and all that stuff.
Oh yeah, hell yeah! I saw like, dude, I saw TJ's stuff has just been blowing up, like with partnerships and stuff, because now that you're in a market like Vegas, it's kind of endless with the amount of like sponsorships, people that are out there trying to like collaborate and stuff. Like I totally get it. It's like a field picking compared to like Oakland. You know what I mean? Like
yeah. Yeah, we got sponsored by Woodson Whiskey, so we have.
I saw that too. That's awesome.
We got that stuff going on, and then tomorrow we'll be in Henderson for the. They're gonna do the. There's a big press conference, and then have all the executives and all this stuff tomorrow. So
we'll be. So you're actually going there?
Yeah, tomorrow. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant you were hopping on a call.
No. I'm actually
earlier. You're actually going to be going to it. It's like an event.
Yeah, inside that training
facility. I remember last year they did it when Josh McDaniels was being introduced. They had like in the end zone, they had a bunch of seats set up. Yeah. I've seen that. That's cool, man.
Yeah, so we'll be out there, man. But let the all of my followers here let us know where they can find you. And are you still gonna be you gonna be putting videos after each game, or what's
my plan right now? My plan for the regular season is to put out an instant reaction on every single video or every single game that we have this year. If I do decide to head out to Oakland, that's hilarious, Las Vegas, I'll go ahead and give TJ a shout. Last time we were gonna line something up and record some stuff. This was like last season. So if I do end up going, I'll shout out to Simone Raider. I will hit him up, and then also I'll hit you up as well if I end up going out there, and maybe all of us can link up at a game. We'll see. Yeah, maybe I could record and stuff. We'll figure it out. I might try to do that with one game.
So, yeah, no, for sure, man. And I appreciate you the time that you gave me here, and especially all the new Raider fans that are upcoming right now. And you're one of the pioneers, brother, man. So thank you for everything you do. I appreciate it. And shout out to everyone. It's been the MC Raider Show. Until the next one, peace out.
Later, guys.